So I'm out pretty early this afternoon and I'm just wandering around here on the rugged south coast looking for some compositions for sunset, which is still about an hour and a half away. And the first spot that I'm at is a rock climbing area that I came to probably 5 years ago, I reckon. I was out here first. And I have tried to shoot this place before. It's really, really interesting, but I don't think there's a composition here that's going to satisfy me. So I'm going to head back up to the main path and down the coast a little bit further and check out a beach and a bit of an old walkway that I found a few years back as well. And then I'll decide between the two spots and see where I like the best for some photography this afternoon. It's a completely clear sky day and we should get some nice light. So let's go and do that. The massive granite dome way out there on the horizon is called Peak Head, and you can actually hike out up to the top of that. It's a beautiful hike. It's like a mini, I think Bald Head is the big hike here. It's like a mini version of that. It's beautiful. I've done it once before and I would like to go back there, but I'm not sure if I'll have time on this trip. They've actually fixed up the walkway here, which is great to see. It's not as photogenic as the old rickety wooden planks, but it definitely makes this little corner of Albany a lot more accessible. And I'm already liking this area a lot more, I think, for some photography this afternoon. The swell is pumping and there's some pretty specky looking waves smashing up against the coast. And as well as that, I'm out of the wind here, which is rare. So I think this is probably where I'll focus on this afternoon. So a tip that I'd like to offer you guys is if you're ever out and you have the opportunity to scout out a location during the day, do it, because right now I'm having a bit of trouble finding some compositions, especially because I'm walking down this beach and the sun where I'm walking towards is so glary I can barely even see, let alone find some compositions for a nice photo. So what I've done is just gone as far down the coast as I'm willing to, and now I'm going to turn around and face back the way that I'll actually be shooting, where the light is a lot less harsh, and hopefully as I'm walking back slowly I'll be able to find a shot. So it's taken me quite a while, but I've settled on a composition here. We've got a nice little spot with a gap in the rocks where the waves are occasionally crashing through. There's this boulder out there in the center, which will act as a little bit of point of interest. And then of course, the big rugged headland up the back there. So I'm gonna get my camera out and start shooting. Because there's a lot of sea spray around, I will just shove some cleaning gear in my pockets, and I'll probably keep the keys in there. Same setup as most times, the A7R5 and the Sony 16 to 35 f4. All right, let's go see if we can set up. Just waiting for a wave to come and wash through this gap in the rocks, such as what's happening right now. Don't really want wet shoes today. Cool. This is looking pretty good. The light is just starting to get really beautiful now. Got some nice golden glow going on all of the rocks here. And I think this shot actually looks better in portrait orientation, to be honest with you. So I'm just waiting for another wave. And I've moved back a little bit because I didn't want to get wet. So I've just moved myself back and then zoomed in a little bit. I'm shooting at 24mm on a full frame camera. So while I'm waiting for a wave to come, I might just take a few shots for the background. Just getting that exposed nicely and focusing on the back of the image. And then I'll move down to the foreground and brighten it up just a touch. Hopefully we can get a wave come through those rocks. It was happening quite often before. And this is one of the challenges with seascape photography, I think. It's just waiting, being patient, waiting for the wave to come. All right, it looks like we've got some pretty big waves coming in now. Hopefully they'll make it all the way up to where I'm shooting. Without soaking me, of course. Come on. That was a little too close for comfort, but this should be a nice shot as all that swirls back out. Oh. All right, maybe just focus on the back there and take another one. I think that should turn out pretty well. That's the shot. So the light this afternoon definitely didn't last for as long as I would have hoped for. It just seems like at this time of year, there's always a thick haze down low on the horizon, regardless of if it's a cloudy day or not. And I think it's just all the sea spray from the wind and the massive swell down here. So the golden light on the rocks disappeared a little bit early. But all in all, I think I still got a decent shot this afternoon. I hope you think so too. Please let me know down in the comments, and I'd love to hear your feedback. If you want to see more videos and that sort of thing, please let me know. Cheers.